in sunny San Diego with my TrialCard colleagues at the 2018 CDI Hub West Conference. So this is an excellent pharmaceutical industry forum to get together with many consultants, service providers, and pharmaceutical manufacturers to share best practices and industry trends. As we move into 2019, I'm really excited about where our industry is moving. So first and foremost, value-based care is here to stay. And as I think about the opportunities that hub programs represent to many of the key stakeholders, whether it be pharmaceutical manufacturers, specialty pharmacies, healthcare providers, payers, I think there's a real opportunity to collect data associated with these programs to drive outcomes-based contracting. We actually just did a look across over 30 programs at TrialCard that we're running on the hub side, and about 75 to 80% of all hub enrollments for those 30+ programs representing thousands of patient referrals on a monthly basis are still coming in via that legacy fax channel.
I think the industry is still a little bit archaic in the sense of we have traditional forms to sign. You need them for signature. A lot of these doctors' offices are still wanting that paper copy for their records. You can get the consent from marketing and patient kind of communication, adherence type of programs, but then also from a data standpoint, you have to be very conscious and say, what kind of signature do I need? Do I need a wet signature? Do I need something online that consents that will allow the third party to provide that? And you're still seeing a lot of, specifically SPs and some of the pharmacies have very rigid rules around that.
If we look at, where's the industry moving, the goal is to say, how can we get better embedded within the healthcare provider workflow? There's a lot of buzz about e-prescribing, EMR, practice management system integration, and there's been some progress that's certainly been made in this area. I'm not sure how many folks in the room are familiar with the Da Vinci project, but it is a project that's focused on automating transactions, creating interoperability between providers and payers in the healthcare system. But that particular project is looking at ways to say, through HL7 transactions and API calls, is there a way to, instead of pushing pharma promotional messages inside of those platforms, to potentially take that same type of information that would be used to get patients connected to these manufacturer support programs to auto-populate and really streamline that process? It's really about the patient experience. So minimizing the number of handoffs as much as as possible is going to create more of an optimal experience for the patient. And then I think in addition to patient experience, it's minimizing the potential points of failure. So as you involve more and more service providers supporting your patients, those handoffs get complicated, and there are additional points of failure that could potentially cause a patient to slip between the cracks.
If there's one thing that I would want everybody to take home from this panel is put the patient on mobile, move them to mobile as soon as possible. And there are a few reasons. If you're trying to get the patient's attention, if you're trying to if the brand is trying to get them enrolled, if the specialty pharmacy is trying to reach the patient, mobile versus email is going to be the best shot. And if you get an opportunity to collect one piece of data from the patient, it's not their email address. It's their mobile number, so you can text them an update. Just like we all used here with Amazon to track our packages, get there in a text message or get it in the app. You can be more timed in your messages, you can be more appropriate, and you can catch the patient at the right time.
If we look back, at the history of manufacturer hub support programs, historically speaking, 80% or plus of the resourcing and spend in these programs has been devoted to getting patients connected to the programs and then helping patients get access to product and afford the product. But we are seeing a lot of momentum now on the manufacturer side and interest in terms of really engaging with patients and ensuring that once you've got those patients initiated on therapy, that you keep them adherent to the therapy. And we're seeing more and more of an appetite with our manufacturer clients to do an assessment of patients using validated scales, whether it's tools like the Mariski scale or in the oncology space, the NCCN distress thermometer, and using the results of those assessments to develop personalized interventions and targeted interventions for patients. We think there's a huge opportunity there.